Hi everybody, this is Monique Lapins from the New Zealand String Quartet, and I would like to share with you today some video tips on how one can embrace the context and history of a piece to ultimately influence and better one's interpretation and understanding of the music. We can study and observe who the mentors and teachers were of our composer that we're performing. We can find out the structural or stylistic features in compositional writing that were prominent during those times. And on top of this, in this instance, this unique case, we can actually hear directly what a particular composer was seeking to create musically and what he was influenced by. And this composer is Béla Bartók. Bartók, as we all know, was a pioneer in the field of ethnomusicology. He would go on tireless treks to pursue folk music and preserve it. And in this particular example, I want to look at the Romanian folk dances, which is for piano, but I'm going to use the arrangement for violin and piano by Zoltán Csekai, also a really incredible composer. This particular set of folk dances that Bartók wrote was based on a trek in around 1910 that he went on, where he came across a flautist and a few fiddlers in one of the villages in Transylvania. He managed to gain their trust and requested them to play into this strange, unheard of recording device, the phonograph, or Edison's cylinder recorder. And fortunately, we actually have that very recording right here. And before I play it, I'd like to kind of just show you maybe a couple of bars of how I would approach it if I'm looking literally at the music on the page. Right, so that's acceptable. Now let's listen to the actual phonograph recording from 1910. It's incredible, all of that history. So what I noticed listening to this, and you may notice other things, other elements, that's the joy of really researching. You can develop your own interpretation as well and input. I noticed that there's a real lilting rhythmic feel, and it kind of has a downbeat accentuation, and the semiquavers are not straight. They're actually quite swung in a way. So having listened to that, it makes me want to change my initial interpretation. And consequently, I'm trying to, in a way, mimic that rhetorical and gestured performance that we heard from that phonograph clip captured in 1910. So this can take us closer to the folk spirit that Bartók was portraying in many ways in his music. In the end, all of these elements that I've discussed today can greatly help us as musicians to shape and bring out what's on the score to life, and do it convincingly as well. I hope this gives some food for thought, and wishing everybody happy practice and wonderful music making.